I can't believe what I just read. And of course, very, very few people are going to talk about this. And the reason they don't talk about it is because it doesn't fit a certain narrative. It's not good, man. So I can't remember how I came across this right here, but this is disability and death probability tables for insured workers. Insured workers are people who are covered by Social Security. Actuarial note, July 20th, 23rd. And I literally I can't remember how I came across this, but be it as it may, I did come across it. And the summary is for an insured worker who attains the age of 20. All right, again, an insured worker is someone covered by Social Security who attains the age of 20. The probability of becoming disabled between 20 and normal retirement age, that'd be 67, is about 25%. And the probability of dying between age 20 and normal retirement age is 13%. All right, so that's a person who turns 20. 3/4 of those will survive. Well, not well. I would put it differently. 1/4 of those will become disabled before they hit 67. 3/4 won't. All right, that's what we're saying. Of that, the probability of dying between age 20 and normal retirement age is 13%. All right. So basically, 1 out of 8 will die before they hit the age of 67 if you're 20 years old. All right. Well, let's keep going down here. The probability of becoming disabled is about the same as for men and women, which is interesting given that men have more laborious jobs and certainly more life-threatening jobs. I thought that's interesting because a lot of men don't go on disability because they got to take care and provide for their family. So they're sucking it up because men are crushing. We suck it up. We said, man, I got my back hurts. I got to pay the bills, man. I got to provide for my family. I'm not saying women don't do that, but women aren't in laborious jobs where they're digging ditches on the oil rigs and stuff like that. It's just fact. But check this out. However, the probability of dying is significantly higher for men than for women. Almost 100% higher chance of dying for men than women. All right, so that's big. But then check this out. All right, so just again, if you're 17% of men who hit the age of 20 will be dead before their full retirement age, 17. But check this out. Watch this. So here's probability of disability and death for illustrative cases of insured workers. All right. I want to focus on this right here. Probability of disability for men was 0.322 in 1986. Now it's 0.244 in 2023. So disability for men has gone down. Disability for women has actually gone up from 0.24 to 0.247. Not a huge amount, but it's gone up nonetheless. Overall disability has gone down from 1986 to here. All right. Probability of death and never being disabled before your full retirement age, they call it normal retirement age, that's fine, has actually gone up from 0.007 to 0.08. Interesting. Probability of death and never being disabled has gone up right there. But yet the probability of death and never disabled for women has gone down from 0.06 to 0.53. But look, the probability of death and never being disabled for men has gone from 0.095 to 0.10. But it's even worse than that. Look where it was here in 2016. The probability of death never disabled was 0.078, and now it's 0.109. And so what we do is we take our trusty calculator, if I can get it, there we go, and we go, pause, we go 0.109 minus 0.078 equals, and we divide that by 0.078, by 0.078. That's a 40% increase in men who are 20 dying before the full retirement age in the course of, right there, 6-7 years or so, 7 years. A 40% increase. The probability of dying went down 0.95 to 0.78, and now it's gone up by 40% over the last 7 or 8 years. Women have gone up too, but not nearly the same extent as men. Women went up from 0.4 to 0.53, about a 20% increase. But men went up by double that. Now you can't, but look at this big jump, 0.078 from 0.098 to, look at that. It's a coronavirus? No, you can't say it's a coronavirus because it's 0.078 in 2015 to 0.109. That's death. Now you can say probability of survival to full retirement age with no disability has gone up for men from 0.58 to 0.647, and women's has stayed the same. But that's probability of survival with no disability. The reason that's gone up is because disability for men has gone so far down in terms of 0.322 to 0.244. The death for men has gone way up. 40% death rate for a 20-year-old man before he hits his full retirement age. A 40% increase. Well, that doesn't seem that much, Josh. It is a lot. Check. We're going to go over here. Watch this. Get out of this guy. We can go to screenshot. We're going to go to right here. It's going to be hard to see, but illustrations for survivability and disability status. So we're going to show deaths. Let me make this a little bit bigger. If I can. Right there. Death right there. So we got living at the beginning of the year, and we're going to go before your full retirement age. So you got 1 million people. This is in 2023. And you go to 833,000. So that's 167,000 people have died. This is just for everybody. I don't think it's, for men. Excuse me. 167,000 men have died. Which is a 40% increase on how many people had died before. And how do we do that here? Anyway, so 40. I don't can I put my calculator when I got full screen? Hold on a second. So 140, and this isn't going to be tight. We had 130. What did I say? 100. I forgot what I said here. We had 167,000 men died before they hit their full retirement age. All right, 40% increase in that means in 2017 we had about 120,000 men who died. That's an increase of 47,000 men. You take that every single day, 47,000 men. Let's see, 47,000 divided by 365. That's 128 men a day are dying before more men are dying than did before. That's is that suicide? Is gun violence? I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is it? There's a million different things. That is a pandemic for sure. That needs to be. I don't know. I have the answers. I don't know. That's not good, man. That's 128 men more every day are dying than they did just 6-7 years ago, who hit the age of 20 and now don't make it to the full retirement age. Now, at the end of the day, you could say, well, that's good for Social Security. That means that's many more or less they have to pay. 100% evil people will say that, but we're not evil here. We're sickened by these numbers. It's disgusting. And all the anti-male propaganda isn't helping. In fact, check this out. I'm going to show you something here. Let me show you real quick. Hold on a second. So here's this person on Twitter getting all, her panties all, and I'm sure it's a dude. Interesting psychological insight that they only mentioned missing his son growing up and not his daughter. So here's this guy says, American dad faces 12 years in prison for having a tiny bit of honey in his bag. He could miss his son growing up over this. So obviously they didn't name his daughter. I mean, he should have named his daughter. But this person gets all, and then I said, it's weird, but really nothing to get worked up about. And then this comment says, the white knight. After all, what harm can a freely expressed sexism do? Are you that dumb, dude? And I said, given the anti-boy bias in this country, I wouldn't worry much about this, but hey, whatever rocks your world. It's an endemic what's going on here in our world, anti-boy, anti-male. It's just a fact, dude. And that doesn't mean, we're victims. No. Not saying we're victims. I'm saying got to recognize it for a fact and just love your brothers, man, because there's no one else to love them. And that doesn't mean getting all 57 flavors with them, but just be there for them. Because a lot of men don't want to. I'm telling you, I'm like one of those guys. Like, I don't need your help. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you just need to go into a place and just say, hey, I'm feeling this, man. What do I do? I need help. You know what I'm saying? I just need someone to talk to. Anyway, all right. Love your thoughts. God bless. We'll see you.